Hello, welcome to Holy Tea with Ellen this week of April 7th. It is the fifth week in Lent. Next week is Holy Week, which means our schedule is a little different. On Palm Sunday, which is this Sunday, April 13th, church school will be in session. It's a worship week this week, which means we don't have church school on Wednesday evening, but we do on Sunday morning, the 13th, and then the following Wednesday, which is April 16th, there is no church school, no confirmation, no youth choirs, because we have worship and activities, well, just worship Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday that week. So there's no Wednesday night worship or activities on the 16th during Holy Week, but there is worship on Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday to hear the story of Jesus' death and resurrection that we hear on Easter Sunday, April 20th. There are 3 services, 7, 8:30, and 10 on Easter Sunday. I hope you'll be there. As we have in the past couple of years, we are handing out our Easter goodie bags between services on Easter Sunday. So if you're a kiddo, be looking for us, Miss Hopke and I, handing those out on your way out of the building. There's all kinds of fun stuff in there, but we'd like for that to go home with you on your way as a way of celebrating the occasion of Easter. But we have Holy Week to get to first, so it's very important that we hear about Jesus' death before we celebrate Jesus' resurrection. So our church school kids are hearing that story these days in church school, the day Jesus died, and it's a hard story. And we get really good questions. And so if you're a parent of a church school student, maybe you're getting some questions about Jesus' death and what that means. And if so it can be a little scary to think and talk about, but it's important, and we can do it. It's a story in the Bible that we don't ignore. It's important to realize that that's part of our story as Christians, and a part of our story as humans. So I invite you, lean into those questions. If you get something that's really hard and you don't know how to answer it, ask somebody here at church. There's a lot of priesthood of all believers here. We all have ways of explaining these things that can be helpful when they're shared with others. So also you can read that story in your Bible at home and have that conversation as a family, especially if you can't make it for Monday, Thursday, or Good Friday services. Take time over the weekend before you come to worship on Easter Sunday to read the story and talk about it at home. We're doing our part here at church by teaching it, and we're hoping that you'll just continue teaching and having those conversations at home. So make sure you're looking at the schedule. I explained it a little bit, but it might be kind of washy as you're listening to this in the car, so look in the Holy Tea email and for details on our strange calendar coming up. Another thing I want to highlight is on April 23rd, there will not be church school, but there will be confirmation, and we are having a Tough Questions family night. Parents and guardians are invited to attend confirmation with your student and bring any questions that come up at home. There will be some prompts that I will send home with confirmation students this week for your conversation. 8th graders are having the OWL interviews with their parents, so I'm hoping in all of this, the kind of digging up the dirt and making space for these conversations, that maybe some things come up at home that you want to bring with you. If not, I'll have stuff we can talk about, but do let me know if you're going to be here on the 23rd. We are having a meal. We're going to have tacos for dinner, and it just helps me to kind of have a sense of how much food we're going to need. I don't want to not have enough for everybody. So if you're planning to come with your student, please do RSVP in the email, the Holy Tea email, or just email me and let me know that you're coming, so I have a head count for food. And if you are unable to come with your student, they are still welcome to attend. There will be a place for them. I know sometimes families have work schedules and conflicts with other activities on Wednesday nights. So if you can't come, please still send your student. It's a good conversation for them to be here for. So that's April 23rd. Lastly, I'm going to go to the next section of this resource that I've been sharing during Lent, Make Room, A Child's Guide to Lent and Easter, by Laura Alari. Looks like they are not very happy. I wonder what's going on. Some people did not like the way Jesus made room. Look at him, they said. He chooses the wrong friends. He should know better. He cannot be a good man if he spends time with bad people. But Jesus kept inviting people in. Through what he said and what he did, he sent this message. We can always make the circle bigger. There is room for all around God's table. During Lent, we make room. We invite a neighbor to our house to share our soup. We make cards and decorate them and then send them to people who are sad or sick or alone. We try hard to see people the way that Jesus saw them. After church on Sunday, when we have juice and cookies, juice and water and donuts, lots of friends stand together in tight little circles. A few strangers stand alone by the wall. I wonder how we can make room for them. Maybe I can start by smiling and saying hello. I think Jesus would like that. So, my challenge to you this week is to smile and say hello to someone who looks like they could use a friend or a stranger or just someone that maybe you're having a hard time with. Make room. We don't have to agree to sit around the same table, but we do need to love people the way that Jesus did. So, peace be with you this week, and we'll see you soon.